So before I show you how Co-Counsel works, I want to explain why I'm doing this in the first place. So it's for the Simplify Legal Advice. So it's basically saying how can we make legal advice easier to consume for the ultimate client? What this is ultimately saying is that how can we take a very complex memo or document and how can we make that for the client to be easy to read? And how can we have AI assist a lawyer to do that task in a more easier and convenient way? When looking at the other products here, we see kind of the same iteration where we see that they take a draft, you put it into AI, and from the AI, it shoots out an email or it shoots out sources and the context and where it got all those sources from. While these are great ideas, what I think this is doing is it's neglecting what the lawyer has to say about it, what the lawyer wants to input. When we're having AI read the whole memo and release the whole answer, what that inevitably causes is that causes a lack of user input. We want the lawyer to work with the AI conjunctively together so we can get the best answer. We're working side by side. We're not working with lawyers get the whole memo and it gets thrown in to the AI and the AI gives a whole new thing, which now, if you think about it, that would increase your workload because now you're reading the memo all by yourself. And then from reading the memo, you're reading this AI jumble because the reality is AI is just taking things that are syntactically similar to each other. So it may not be accurate, it may hallucinate. And we want it just to be as precise as possible. So this is where Co-Counsel comes in. So before we even attach a file, we're saying who is receiving this file brief in the first place. And that can be client, juror, or senior. And depending on what you're working with, you can have Claude Legal, which is the backbone of this, the back end. You can have it specified to a specific niche, like employment counsel, corporate, IP. So for this one, we're going to do corporate. We're going to do employment counsel. So this person was just fired for spending a sum of $1,840.20 at a restaurant in Mayfair. So we're going to copy paste this and we're going to throw it into Co-Counsel. You can also attach the file. But remember, you can always change these. But we're going to do employment counsel. The reason why we have this is so it's more fine-tuned to your specific need, the AI. So it's going to start reading the memo structure. And what you get isn't what you necessarily think it is. You're not going to get the full memo. And the reality of it is that we want you to start off the process like you're just reading it. This is a buddy with you. So what the AI does firstly is it breaks up the whole sections into different sections for you. So we have jurisdiction and background, paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4. Next section, it broke down, which is the legal test, procedural issues, merits, compensation and quantum. So as you see, just like as if you were reading a piece of paper, it's going down the paragraph and it's breaking down each section, procedural. It's not showing paragraph 8 and then paragraph 1 in the same procedural issues. Just like you're reading, it's reading with you. What you can do to this is that you can also annotate in 3 of your favorite colors, yellow, green, or pink, and just highlight important facts totaling $1,800. And then you have the right side. And this is where the AI comes with you. So you can choose to self-draft. In this self-draft, you are writing what you think, what your thoughts are, and everything about this section over here. And these are your ideas. These are all you. What then from there you can do is that you can do an add-on suggestions edition. What this does is that anything you wrote, whether it be super long or super short, the AI will underline things and will greenlight things and will cross out things that it doesn't think it's right. And you can confirm these changes or not confirm these changes. But if you just want somewhere to start off with and start your gears, you can hit just the summarize button. And the summarize button will just summarize this one section for you. It will only take things from this specific section, nothing else. And it will give you quotes. Because this is trained on Employment Council, you can see that there is talks about no ACAS code compliance issues. So from there, you can hit confirm section. Once you hit confirm section, you go to the next one. And you can always come back and re-edit it based on if you saw something from here. And you can go to any section you want if you needed to, if you felt more in line to start off with settlements and next steps rather than anything else. So you can self-draft, write whatever you want. There's also the analyze button. The analyze button will give you an analysis rather than just a routine summary of its thoughts. Think about it as your junior assistant, your secretary thinking about ideas to add on. So we're just going to say confirm selection. We don't necessarily need to write things. We can just continue if it's not important. What's interesting about this is that when Co-Counsel takes a thing for each next section, it will use the previous sections because you had been working with the previous sections and will add on with it based on what you were saying with these jurisdiction background applicable legal tests. It'll be taking those ideas from the past and bringing it forward, just like as you were working with someone and you have context from the past. And continue, and it keeps on building the structure with you. And it's finding discrepancies in what it's all been saying. So you can see that there is a discrepancy of the deadlines and they don't work as well. So then you can go back and start working with that and start writing and changing it. Once we continue, it will have each section ready for you that you have been working with, and it will start drafting something for your client based on your notes that you added on with what you said. And you can regenerate if you want, copy draft, and if you want, you can go to the junior lawyer or senior attorney if you didn't want your client in the first place for the first one. So this is all how the tool works. You can also change the top here if you need to. This is how the tool works. Thank you so much.